Hi, I'm Dave and welcome to day 13 of RPG A Day 2021, Friday the 13th. Ooh, maybe I should put that little bit of music on there. And I should have been wearing an ice hockey mask or something like that, shouldn't I? Okay, anyway, so day 13 of RPG A Day. RPG A Day is the global initiative to try and get people talking in a positive way about tabletop RPGs. We try and do it every August because usually when Gen Con is, but of course typically it isn't this year. But then when has things been normal for the last couple of years? Hey, oh well. Get vaccinated, wear a mask. And today's topics are flood. I think of RPGs and gaming in general. When I think of the word flood, what do I think of? Blue Planet. Never played Blue Planet. Everybody says it's great. And probably far more successful than Waterworld. You see they're planning on a Waterworld sequel series on TV. I remember when I went to see Waterworld, there was a guy sitting outside the cinema when we went in, who was in the previous screening, who left because he felt seasick. That's understandable. Yeah, but I can't think of anything else for Flood, really. Flood makes me think of playing Halo, and of course makes me wonder why there wasn't a Halo RPG. For me, Halo peaked with Halo 3, I think, and ODST. This is why game companies should invest in split-screen multiplayer, so I can play Halo with the wife. Because that's what we used to do. We used to play Halo, split screen, we could enjoy it together. But now you need a console each. But that's kind of got off topic when it comes to RPGs, hasn't it? So let's trip on to something else instead. And then other ones are improvise. There's an awful lot of improvisation going on in RPGs, and I think that might be why I've stopped GMing, because there's only so much improvising I can do before I run out of ideas. And maybe I wasn't very much of an ideas person anyway. And that's why all the games in my teenage years used to just crib from whatever I'd watched on TV or seen at the cinema. Our current GM for Star Wars, Stu, hello Stu, sorry for being such a pain, has to improvise quite a lot because we do kind of go off on tangents and do our own thing. But he seems to have nailed that, I think. He seems to have got the idea of how to improvise our wacky decision making really, really well, and makes for really awesome games. The third one for today is Doom, which is kind of apt really when you think about for Friday the 13th, because it's all Doom. Yeah, but Doom makes me think of, oh yeah, well, here we go. So Doom is one of the topics for today, and so is pool, which kind of makes me think of Modiphius's Conan RPG, because didn't you have a Doom pool in that, which kind of was a gradually escalating mechanic to try and increase the threat levels. It was something that was being taken over into Star Trek as well, if I remember rightly. But Doom also makes me think of Doom Patrol again, and which leads me on to superhero RPGs and makes me wonder again why there isn't an Umbrella Academy RPG. Okay, and pool, yeah, as we've discussed, there's a trend for increasing threat pools and things like that in games at the moment. Dice pools are always a weird one. I haven't played anything with a dice pool since, well, I suppose technically I'm playing Changeling at the moment, and that's a World of Darkness game, and World of Darkness is very dice pool orientated. I think the biggest dice pools I've ever seen were playing West End game Star Wars. There were some seriously big dice pools going on in that one. I remember Milo rolling like 30 odd dice at once for doing his piloting checks to avoid loads of TIE fighters and things. It was just, yeah, we might have been getting a bit carried away with the rules back then. So that was me rambling for 6 minutes and not actually giving you any really useful information at all. I will cut this down as much as I can to try and take out the yawns and the staring into space while I try and think of something good to say. In the meantime, I hope you have more success with your blog post and video or comment on Twitter than I did for today's posts, and remember, it's not always an unlucky day unless you go to summer camp. Remember, tag everything RPGaDAY2021 so that everybody can find it, and I will see you tomorrow for hopefully a more lucky day. Stay multi-classy.